general or the king dies, and then suddenly it's written into
Yeah,
history as a completely different empire. And
yeah,
I don't know if that's people sort of rewriting history, or if that's just an inability to manage the colonies and not having a clear central kind of kingdom and just losing the colonies. I mean, obviously China seems to have been, or what is China today, seems to have been the longest standing part of the empire. But how can you rule China if you are constantly conquering other nations? I don't think you're ruling China. You're just the last person that conquered it, kind of thing.
yeah.
Because
Just
the
living
cool
there. Yeah,
because if you look at Chinese temples, that's Tartarian architecture. It's not Chinese. The Chinese had no concern, no interest in their own religions, temples, Taoist Buddhism. They were prepared to burn all that stuff to the ground. They had one
yeah,
communist dictator come in, and suddenly they were prepared to burn everything that gave them any kind of identity. They were prepared to burn all their temples. And if you're prepared to do that, it's like the story with Solomon when the two women come into his courtyard and they say, "This is my baby." No, 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 this is my baby. The two women, and Solomon doesn't know who owns the baby. And I think that's the same story with with Tartaria and
yeah.
China. They go into the courtyard and and one of the women says, "This is my baby. This woman stole my baby," and the other one says exactly the same thing. "This is my empire. Someone stole my empire." Right? So one
Yeah,
of the two mothers um is crying. The other one's kind of looks like she's not really crying. So Solomon says, "Okay, we're going to cut the baby in half, and you can both have one of the halves of the baby." One of the
mm,
women says, "Okay, fine, cut it in half. That's fair." And the other woman says, "No, no, 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 no. Let her have the child." Right? So
yeah,
you can tell from that one of the women loved that child because she was the
yeah,
mother,
yeah.
and the other one was willing to, as soon as some communist dictator comes up with a new idea, so everyone can have one and a half children and can be really wealthy. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's burn all our temples that are literally thousands of years old. So
Yeah.
you tell me who built those temples? Whose architecture is that? Whose culture? Whose religion? That's not Chinese culture. That's not Chinese religion. That was the Tartarian Empire. And those people who really believed that religion, do you know how much they loved their temples? They were prepared to set themselves on fire.
Mm,
They did set themselves on fire to protect their temples. That's what you do if this is your life, your culture, your history. Yeah. They may have been brainwashed out of knowing the names of their original kings 500 years ago, because that's the way, that seems to be the Chinese empire's way. And a lot of other empires seem to do this. Qing dynasty, because it's dynasties really, and they're all prepared to burn and destroy the past to start afresh, start anew, because they're scared that they're going to lose something that doesn't actually belong to them. That's my
yeah,
theory. And I think when we look at those Chinese temples, they're Tartarian temples, and that's just horrific to not even know what you're looking at, whose empire that is, whose culture, whose religion, you know.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's great. I mean, Scythia, Tartaria, China, Mesopotamia, um, and I believe Dresden. And I'd like to just show you my theory on Dresden. Um, we were looking at that kite shield earlier,
yeah,
and there's a second part to that theory. So I believe, yes, the kite shield was the Tartarian shield. It was a royal, a part of their royal kind of entourage. And I believe that I have found the same shield in Dresden on one of the giants guarding the old city or the inner city.
yeah.
Now this is just a theory, but you're the first person I've spoken to about that. So I found this again with the Khazars. I mean, we already know, by the way. I think your research has shown that the Uzbek Khazars and the most likely the Cossacks were also Tartarians. I don't know what it says at the top there, Walakus, but a Reuter or Ritter is a knight in German, and I think the Valachi or Viking, right? So the Vikings weren't what we think they were, but this is the pointed shield with a lion. I think this is also maybe one of the Tartar horses. This is again Suleiman, who took over as ruler of Tartary in maybe the 1500s. And then Tamerlane, which we looked at before, Tamerlane with his kite shield, the beautiful Fibonacci sequence after he conquers Persia with his 100,000 men and Mesopotamia, Babylon. And this is one of the giants who guards the entrance to Dresden, to the old city. Now, okay, Dresden was carpet bombed, but I think most of the city was not destroyed, to be honest, because there's just endless like architectural ornamentals there. So this is probably one of the most interesting ones, and I think this is the same person, or at least I think this is the same empire. It's the beard, the helmet, that weird Fibonacci spiral that was brought over probably by the kind of African culture. And he has a cuirass as well. He has that strong cross, the cross of strength, and he has the shield. I'll try and show you from another angle. This is a different one. Sorry, it's not the same one. But this guy also has the beard, and he also has that weird metal, almost like an insect breastplate. And that's Fibonacci sequence spiral that we saw, and the kite shield. This I don't know if it is actually called a kite shield, but I have to double check that. But again, it's the shield with a pointed edge, and this is another one of those giants guarding the Zempa Opera, I think, the opera house. And I'm sure we'll find more connections. Yeah, yeah.
Incredible.
This was not destroyed. Well, I think it might have been maybe damaged and then refurbished.
Like the way that they've carved the leg,
insane.
the leg covers. It looks like it looks soft. You know, it don't look like stone.
Yeah, it looks like leather because it's not straight and everything. I don't know what they were wearing. What were they doing with all of this? Was this copper? Was this enhancing their strength? I think it was all copper.
How did they make that statue? I can't imagine there was some bloke there carving that with
That's not possible with the chisel. That's
been manifested. It's been manifested.
Maybe manifested. Maybe there's a real skeleton inside there. You know, people have had all kinds of theories. I mean, look at the eyes as well. That's like that guy has like multiple lineages.
The muscles in his forearm because he's got his
kind of bat or dragon at the top on his helmet. It's just incredible. Yeah, you have to look at this because you will be about up to his foot because he's on a pedestal. This is much larger than a normal person. But I think he's already conquered somebody because there's something under there, some kind of demonic head or something. Yeah, he's already done something to protect the Aryan race, the Tartarian race. Yeah, you have to go to Dresden if you ever.
Oh, I want to, no. But when you look at his forearms and you see the muscles and the tendons in his arm.
These are giants. This is a giant.
Really?
This is the closest I think you'll ever get to giant.
Well, look at his elbow and all the detail with that. I bet the anatomy is perfect.
Yeah, these were like sons. I would like to think sons of fallen angels, because because I mean, even the scale of this, that's a sign there for some kind of market or something. So you're up to his, you're not up to his knee, you're up to his ankle. Yeah, it's a massive statue. I mean, it's not a statue. I would say it's an ornamental archway, but still one of my favorite things on the planet for sure. Yeah. People just taken so many photos of these. I think he's got like wings on there, so it's just dragon symbolism. But the shield, bro, the shield is my thing now. I'm gonna look for that shield everywhere. Like it's
I'll
got
keep
that
my
weird
eyes open.
pointed edge, the dent. Yeah, if you see it, if you see Tamerlane with it,